Hi everyone. Today is 24th of February. So this month is kind of mixed bag because most of the coins have gone through consolidation or some correction. Some of the coins uh, did really well, but only few of them, not some actually, only few of them. However, there was no major crash. As far as BTC is concerned, we'll look at the lower level. So last time we had one bigger pattern depicted on 1 day time frame, but on a lower time frame, we can say the consolidation is happening in this trading range, where we could say these are the high points, these are the high points, and these are the low points. As you can see, multiple hits on this level. So this is roughly 50K range. So that's where the pressure is being built right now. However, it is able to defend. So in other words, if this level is not broken, which is 50,500, let's say today, yesterday's low, this is today's low. Yeah, yesterday's low, Friday. If yesterday's low is not broken, then we are looking for upside move like this. In that case, the pattern would be very simple like this, and something like this, and then so breakout. So this is the best case scenario. So last time we talked about a best case scenario where price goes up from this ongoing consolidation without losing or making low. That's the best case scenario. So on this lower time frame, like 4 hours, this is the best case scenario where the consolidation happens within this range and then goes up. So if this range is broken like this, then the range would get into this a bigger pattern, which we talked about. In that case, this 47 to 49, the housing range becomes the point of consolidation or defense. In that case, if that happens, then the range increases. Nothing different, though. Only thing is that it adds delay here. So instead of breakout, let's say by month end, and the breakout could happen by March end in this scenario. So delays by 1 month. However, at this moment, because it's not broken, I think we stick to this one as probability, as far as probability is concerned. So by month end, we are expecting, or we can say this particular setup is expecting to reach here 42, 52K range and then attempt to break out. Let's zoom out at a 1 day and see how it looks like. Oh my, that figure was extended. Okay. Yeah, so this is ongoing. This may go on until month end before it breaks out. We have to. Well, what is interesting is this bounce is interesting because it could have gone down from here, but it didn't, which is good. So good. I don't think what I was expecting earlier as an alternative scenario, but this is what is likely to happen. But this is the best case scenario for now. Okay, on 1 day, so shape is not so different. And if we had larger pattern that we have identified on 1 day time frame, which is this. So in this case, it's just the same thing, but larger consolidation with a dip. Okay. So we will keep this, I think we'll keep this as a alternatives pattern or larger pattern. I think we are tracking this child pattern in this consolidation zone. So I would say probability of this to happen is higher unless unless this level of 50,500 is broken, which is very simple. So this is very easy to understand now. So this scenario is not applicable at this moment unless 50,500 is broken. So this is very simple to understand. Yeah, we kept this scenario as an alternative scenario for now. Okay. So once we understand this, there's nothing much to add, to be honest, because there's no real progress. There's no new law which we talk about. Because if there was new law, we could have talked about new pattern. But here there is nothing like that. So there's nothing to talk about. So we'll jump into weekly. So the weekly looks okay. Why? Because there is no retracement. Only if this layer of is broken, then there is a point of concern. This is just simple consolidation. So this is nothing, absolutely nothing. Just hide the drawing to see how it looks like. So you see this particular week, teeny tiny candle, definitely nothing. So the weekly looks great in my opinion. I don't see anything. We can see that it's here. So definitely in the best case scenario, we are looking for new all-time high or at least previous all-time high in the next run. Only difference could be it could go from here or it could go up in March. So that's the only scenario. But in both in any scenario, we are not talking about big crash at this moment, right? So everything is favorable. Everything is favorable. There is no weakness at all when we talk about weekly. Let's look at monthly. Monthly is absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Last month was little you see a doji candle. It was indecisive, very similar to this doji candle, decisive. But then we had a great monthly month. It's very similar. This is really looking good. So absolutely no sign of weakness. Right. So monthly is super strong. Let's look at another variation that we have. So this is done. I think so. We don't need this one because I think this is heading up in a way. See, this is breaking out in a way. This is breaking out. So we can remove this. We can because this was consolidating at that time. I think I talked about this trend line, which is very important. So it looks like this is the path. Mm, This is the path, roughly speaking. Angle could be here, little bit changing. It's very difficult to adjust. So whether it will be in April month or March, sorry, May month, that's something. I'll just keep it like this. And that's where, so this is going to be extremely important point. Which one? 85 to 90K range. So if it goes up in, let's say, in month of April, it's going to be the same number, I think. Let's look at weekly. Sometimes if we consider this trajectory, yeah, it's in May. So 90K range. You see, sometimes the ranges could be like this. The trend lines are very tricky. I think I'll just keep with this one. And sometimes Maybe I should do two things. Choosing these trend lines are very tricky. So I think this is fair and understand. I think this is good enough. If this is my prote- projected path or angle for this ongoing wave. So in that case, I think 77K to 93, 95. So let's take 95K. 77K to 95K range becomes the crucial range. If it delays further, then definitely I mean, it's still 90K range. So 77K range. Yes, I know. So mean is this. So 80K is the area where I think this is where yeah. Again, we have to define it later on, but this becomes the hotspot in my opinion. This is not good to be. So in month of April to May, hotspot, so let's make it red. Not that it's a risk, but just an indication that it's hotspot. This zone, I don't use the word target because it's not that it's not we are aiming for it because whatever we do it's not on our hand. If we aim the market doesn't follow us, we follow the market. So sometimes people say what is the target, as if you are shooting an arrow. I mean, if I'm shooting an arrow, I can say this is the target. If I'm driving a car, I can say this is my destination, which is a target. If I'm planning to run or basically do something, then I can say this is my target in terms of time or distance or whatever. This is not about us. This is about the market. So market doesn't tell this is my target, but people ask this question, which is kind of invalid, inaccurate. But I know it's human tendency that unless there is something in front at distance in terms of space or time, human mind doesn't like it. Human the mind want closure in everything. We have seen in many things like mystery is a problem. Human doesn't like. So if you look at all the attempts from humans trying to demystify, whether it's nature, whether it's through nature like science or through religion or whatever way, it's all about demystifying. So you're trying to basically make things known, whatever is unknown. That's the that's the that's the that's the human nature. So if I if I give you this one, you will be happy. But in reality, it's just a projection. It's not a target. But but people would love it. And I understood. Initially I was not in favor of because I know that it's not reality. So that red box is not reality. But people love that kind of red box. I mean that kind of futuristic number. So I said, fine, forget about it. Let's be happy. I'm not picking anyone. I'm just saying this is my projection. But this is what people love about. And I'm okay. Probably I'm in the minority and that's why I think differently. But I should go with the majority. So anyway. So anyway, this is the target range. If I say this, I think we don't need any further tea. And in between, from a macro point of view, by the way, macro point of view, monthly point of view, this is how it looks like. And then, of course, I think it could retest the the pattern that I'm envisioning is it should go down deeper after retesting this, and then we'll see. Okay, so that's monthly. So today we saw monthly because this is month ending, right? So it makes sense. So month is likely to end on a good note, in my opinion, unless there's something major in the next 3 4 days. Okay, so that's BTC. Let's go back. recover the free spirit and see what DXY is doing on weekly. Ah, look at this bounce. So this bounce is annoying. However, it is doing what we planned, estimated, where it will start retracing. Not from this candle, it is happening from here, which is fine, as you can see. So we have to move a little. This one, minor change, nothing major. So this candle, it went down deeply actually. Then it tried to recover, but not enough. So next week we would like it to go down further and further and further like that. And in that case, this becomes the point of decision. If it bounces, then it's a problem of concern in month of April. We'll have to see. Even if it bounces, BTC could still progress. I think BTC could face serious problem only if it breaks above this 105 level. This is not 105, yeah, not 105, but this one. If it breaks above this is a disastrous for BTC in my point of view. This is where BTC could fail, and this is a month of May. And in our projection, we are expecting it to hit new all-time high in month of May, remember. So can it be the case where DXY goes up in month of May like this and brings down BTC from 90K range or 80K range? That's something I'm leaning towards, if you ask me. That's the scenario, big picture point of view. In between, I don't care what happens. I mean, we'll keep tracking every week. If you ask me what is the end goal or end game, I think that is potentially the end game. It's not that I know the end game, but if you force me like on a gunpoint and say, tell me the end game, what is in your mind, then this is what I will say, that DXY goes down and then recovers, goes down in this path, and then goes up, and then basically BTC hits 80K range, 90K range maybe, and then comes down. And then we don't know. I mean, that much I can say. Of course, if DXY fails here, fails means it has to fail here. That is also month of May, by the way, because when it comes down, it will indicate weakness. And then, of course, it is not going to crash, but with a bounce and then crash, in my opinion. If that happens, this is a big win. If this happens, then we can consider that BTC will get even further boost from 80, 90K. We can say that. Then we talk about 6-digit number. To be honest, I'm not talking about 6-digit number as if now. I do talk about 80K range up to 90K range, but I would not talk about 100K range unless and until I see inflation numbers going down significantly and we see rate cuts. By the way, this is very good because rate cuts are also being planned in month of May. Remember, right? March is out of the question, as Fed Paul Chair Fed Powell said. So you see the convergence in terms of technical and fundamentals, in terms of date range or period, time period. Everything is as if this jigsaw puzzle is everything is getting in alignment, if you ask me. So the month of May is going to be decisive, but I think March and April are equally important because that will give us the clue where it is heading, whether it is so. I think BTC heading towards 80, 90K range has a high probability, but what it does from there is something depends on what data we get in month of April and of course the decision in month of May. That's my take at this moment. So I mean, in terms of alignment, we have BTC chart is aligning with the DXY chart and aligning both of these with the Fed's decision in month of May. So you see how technical analysis and fundamental events are playing the roles here. And I like when I see this kind of alignment. Okay, so I think this is good enough to know at this moment. Let's look at, so this is retracing, which is good. So I think it's tough. So it happened. Maybe we can extend this one here. And it could go down from here on or higher. We'll have to see. Anyway, this is not extremely important, but important. DXY is extremely important. Let's look at dominance. Okay, so dominant, see, it's going down from this level. It's, we can see clear rejection. Last 2 weeks of rejection, it's going down. And so that means this path is right now in play. Remember, this was dashed line because this was not highly probable. This is a solid line. This was highly probable. That's why then this is winning. In this moment, we can clearly see, right? Now there is one pattern which is very tricky one, which I would say it could bounce from here. But I'm not saying I'm going to put dotted line again. But as far as scenario is concerned, this is a potential path. But again, I'm going to put a dotted line, not a dashed line, not a solid line. So this has low probability. This still has the higher probability. Because in this scenario, there is inverse head and shoulder. So this is being the left hand shoulder, this is head, and this is the right shoulder. If that happens, then, but from this one, we cannot say this is going to be inverse head and shoulder at this moment, unless we see this leg up. Because if this leg up is formed, if this leg is formed, then we can say there's a inverse head and shoulder. You see my point? So at this moment, we cannot say, we can say it might, but we cannot say for sure. So for now, we see that it's going down, right? And in that case, the alts should flourish. This is a good sign for alts, I would say. Now it's time to look at all the swing coins. We'll sort by alphabetical order. Okay, so if it is just simply consolidating, holding up nicely, remember, this is like progress. This progress A from B to C. The progress is not going to be in a straight vertical line, but in zigzag C. And we had identified that nature. Likely that after RC, after this one, the right could be smooth, but not necessarily vertical like this. Again, I would just keep like arrow up to this. This is going to be zigzag all the way, all the way along. BSV, I think the BSV is clearly showing double bottom here. So this becomes, so if it enters into the yellow range, then it's a trouble, big trouble. But at this moment, I see with a solid line. If it enters into this range, then it's trouble. But I see that's moving up. So down, little bounce, down, and then shoots up. So yeah, we can say BSV is heading to 3-digit number. Now, as far as the trial is concerned, I'm closely watching, monitoring, reading everything that I could do in available time. At this moment, we cannot say who is winning, to be honest. So what we am observing is that the Craig has produced or provided all the evidence supporting his claim, but this trial is not about his claim. He's more he's a defendant, just to be clear. So in this case, the COPA is claiming that Craig is not Satoshi. So COPA has to prove why he is not Satoshi. This is very important point. It is not that a Craig is proving that I am Satoshi. So this is very important point to be noted. So Craig is defendant in this one. In other words, COPA has to provide evidence disproving or discrediting Craig's evidence. So that's what it's going on. Okay. Now, ultimately, we'll come to know 15th of March is when the final verdict is going to come out. And I think next week is going to be very interesting. Some cross-examination is happening, and that is going to be very interesting. I'm reading it. So those transcripts are so long. What I have seen is Craig is able to answer everything. And I don't know, I don't want to conclude anything, to be honest, because it doesn't matter what I conclude, and I don't like assumptions. But at this moment, I don't see anywhere where Craig has failed to answer. That's what I would say. There's no win for Copa yet. And those evidence, if and it depends on how, so the experts will have to discredit them. We'll come to Doge is bouncing as expected. I think the trajectory is like this a little bit longer. Yeah, but it's heading up. Still very slow, but it's improving. Ethereum has touched R4, right? Do we have R5? No, I'll give you R5 later. So this is very positive. So it's heading up. If you look at the bigger pattern, I think we can expect R5 to be near 35K, 3500 range. I'll provide more accurate number, which should be around 3500 range. This is a typical recovery scenario after a drop. And usually it actually creates a wedge. Here it's not a wedge at this moment. Yeah, it's not a wedge at this moment, but usually it's a wedge. So actually, strange formation though. Yeah, it's strange formation. Maybe it's not a wedge, it's like more like expanding. It's expanding pattern. Interesting. It's going to expand like this. Anyway, I need more data for me to conclude. At this moment, we can say that it's simply um looking for this channel. Yeah. For now, we can say we can keep this channel. So we can say this is the channel. So which actually makes sense. Not 35, maybe 37. If I go with channel, then it could be 30, 37, 3700 range. Interesting. FET has touched the upper level. Look at that. So basically, it's going for new all-time high. It looks like. So I had to give you R2. Wow. So R2 is required somewhere, somewhere, somewhere. I'll share it with you. So Filecoin is on move, guys. Okay. Big alert. Big positive alert is on move. It has broken above the green level. It has broken above the green level. That means this pennant is broken. This pennant is broken. Now it has to break this box. It has to break out this box. When it does, then it starts uptrend. We can say the uptrend has begun from here, actually. We can say that. But I would say ultimately you can say this is the first confirmation and this is the second confirmation. I think this is the right way to put it. The first confirmation breaking above this pennant indicating it has bottomed, especially because the week is ending about this. And now if it closes about this box, then I would say it is second confirmation and the last confirmation. Hmm. So you can imagine. We are talking about a new trend here, my friends. Okay. I think this will give you enough hint what I mean. FTM, not bad, still consolidating. It's following the path. As long as you follow the path, we are happy, isn't it? Okay, INJ is still in the consolidation, and I'm not surprised if it continues in this one for a few more weeks, not just days, for a few more weeks. Yeah, I'll just keep this box. Remember, this box has importance. The ranges are important. AS has hit R1. Isn't it beautiful? I mean, not bad, right? 0.189, so 0.19 in a way. Not bad. I'll give you R2. Link, this is a bit dramatic in my opinion. This was okay, retesting R4, but coming down is a little bit odd. It's a bit odd. It means that its consolidation is in a weird manner. Nothing wrong though. Mm, I want to see. I'll just keep the boundary. I'll keep the boundary like this. Hmm. Let's see. Interesting. Something is going on at this angle. So it is still developing. So trajectory is not straight, not straight. More of it this angle. Matic is making move. Remember, similar to a Filecoin. So I would not repeat it. Same thing. Whatever I said for Filecoin, assume it's the same thing. So I'll just keep because it's absolutely similar. Very similar. Very similar. Okay. RNDR has hit R3. Isn't it beautiful? Okay. What else? So I had to give you R4. So I had to give three resistance this time. So this is fantastical. To be honest, it moved up faster than what I thought. It moved faster than it's good. But this is all-time high. So it might spend some time. But if but it's basically it's in really good mood because you know that the NVIDIA stuff. NVIDIA did well. So it's related to GPU, AI chip, and rendering and all the connected. I mean, there is a bit hype as if a render is going to take the whole entire market cap and all that. But that's how the market reacts. Okay, nothing wrong about it. That's everybody's anticipating. But I mean, there is real fundamental for sure that because of Vision Pro and other augmented reality related devices, the demand for render is going to go high. And also, we can see the AI like Chat GPTs, not I should not say Chat GPT, Sora, OpenAI basically has launched text to video conversion. That means rendering, right? Nothing else. So you type in something, it comes up with video, which is rendering. So it requires because it's happening on fly. There's no video that you're fetching, that you are creating video on the spot. So creating that video requires graphic resources, right? That means more GPU power, more CPU power, more rendering requirement. So we can imagine there is fundamental behind it. So that's why I render. So chart is amazing. We have been telling, but I'm just covering the fundamental part. Very few coins where I see there is real fundamentals at this moment. Not everything I'm aware. I'm not claiming that I know each and every news, each and every development, but whatever I know, I'm sharing. Okay, Rune is in this is forming this path and consolidating, which is very positive. SOL, I think could take time. So best case scenario, of course, it breaks out, but you know, it could take a month before it makes new high above R4. It could. I'm not saying it will, but see, I'm the kind of path I'm so first, this is this is the potential path. Okay. This is a potential path. I would consider this path, which is the direct path in dotted line. Well, I'm not sure about this, to be honest. I think this is more likely to be the case. It might be like this, it might not go deeper, but it might do this. So what is the difference between these two? The difference is this goes up straight in middle of the March, and this goes up in month of April. So this we are talking about delay of 1 month potentially. That's what I mean. But but this is just this is just matter of when it might break out. It's very hard to tell, but the pattern is suggesting that um, it's it's likely to take a month before making a bigger move on the upside. Very healthy actually, because if it takes a month like this, then we are talking about a big number. Okay, so TI is in trouble, and I would say when I say trouble means not really a big trouble, but it has broken this weekly trend. The thing is, it doesn't have a lot of data, but I would be cautious about TIA when it is here, and especially because this trend is broken. Up to this was okay. I should go a little lower in time frame, 3 day. So this is not that bad because it got support as you could see. But see, this is broken, but there are different ways to look at it. You can have a trend line actually also like this. It could go down up to, so this is not end game for it. So it could go up. This is the best case scenario. This is alternative scenario. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, I think both have equal. So I'm going to keep them with a solid, to be honest, because I haven't seen the bounce, so I'm not so sure. But this is how it looks like. So either it takes off from here, or so if it starts, this is still a support. So this low is a reference point. Otherwise, bounce from here. So either from here or here. So but yeah, definitely there is weakness in TI. So you need to watch out for sure. Okay, that's it then. This ends everything. As far as key points are concerned, I think you get the insight of what BTC is trying to do. Covered DXY in great details. We see the alignment, the BTC, DXY, and Fed's decision, rate cut decision, and so on. And then we have gone through all the odds. We have explained which all also. I think each of them are looking good. Only thing is you have to distinguish which one is breaking out, which one is in consolidation, and which one is on edge where we have to watch on. So that's it from my end. And I think this is the last session for this month. Yeah. Okay. See you next month then. All the best. Bye for now.